highlights. All right, let's do the fucking real news now. Israeli military has released a statement on the aid workers killed in Gaza. So the Israeli military murked 7 aid workers, as you guys know. Obviously, they've killed 200 plus since October 7, but these 7 happen to be, white. So it was more newsworthy for the Western world. A lot of people got mad. Doctora, thank you for the 5 gifted. Captain ACAP badge 1312, thank you for the 5 gifted. It was very, very important that everybody got mad at it. Everybody were like, "Hey, Israel." Joe Biden even said things along the lines of, I'm about to have a very stern conversation with Benjamin Netanyahu. So
7-paragraph statement
NDB, thank you for the
on
10.
why it says that a convoy of aid workers in Gaza was hit by airstrikes on Monday, killing 7 people. President Biden expressed outrage over the deaths in a tense call with Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday, which could mark a major shift in U.S. policy.
I like that she doubled down on the could. It could mark it, but it also could not. He fucking called him up and was like, "Hey, open up the Eretz crossing," which is really interesting because, like, why was it closed to begin with?
That in just a second, but we're going to start with Holly Williams. She's in Israel. Holly, good morning. What does this report say?
Good morning, Gail. Israel's military has blamed its killing of the 7 World Central Kitchen aid workers on operational misjudgment and has expressed its, quote, deep sorrow. It says members of its armed forces were convinced they were hitting Hamas, but they were
Oh, were they? Were they convinced, dude? Yeah, they always think they're hitting Hamas. They were convinced they were hitting Hamas when they were hitting their own fucking hostages too. Okay, when they were shooting them point blank. No, they're not hitting Hamas. They always are convinced that they're hitting Hamas when they're fucking shooting at ambulances too. It's bullshit. Yeah, they were convinced they were hitting Hamas when they did the Flower Massacre. Classic. Operational misjudgment, dude. It's always, oh man, we just, oopsie. We thought they were Hamas. No, what they thought was that they probably thought that they were Palestinian aid workers at least. Okay? That's it. They're so used to killing random Palestinian aid workers and Middle Eastern aid workers that they thought this was more of that, more of the same. Why would they, after all, think that this was weird to do, especially when there is no accountability anyway? It's top down, fucked up, okay?
violation of standard operating procedures.
Israel's military says it wrongly believed that a militant was inside one of the World Central Kitchen vehicles. It says after striking that car, it identified people moving to the second car, which it also hit, and then the third, killing all 7 aid workers. The report also found that the Israeli military's cameras failed to detect the markings on the World Central Kitchen vehicles.
Is to offer my apologies and say that we share in the grief.
Despite the deaths of the aid workers, a spokesman for Israel's government insisted yesterday that Israel is setting a, quote, new gold standard in preventing civilian casualties.
Yet, President Biden has said that this was not a standalone incident and Israel has not done enough to protect civilians. I mean, is that a wake-up call for Israel?
Our fight is with Hamas, not the people of Gaza. And we...
Yeah, right, dude. That's why like the liberal alternative to Benjamin Netanyahu was on Morning Joe like 2 days ago going, innocent civilians in Gaza. Innocent Palestinian civilians, in air quotes. No, man. Ay, ay, ay. He did do that. Yes, he did those hand gestures. I mean, here, this is it. Where was it? I think it was like around the end here. Oh, here, look.
And we collaborate with the world, funding, helping the innocent people in Gaza.
Let me run it again.
And we collaborate with the world, funding, helping the innocent people in Gaza.
Yeah, he doubled down on it twice. He did it. Innocent people in Gaza. That guy's in the government, not liberal.
80% of them, 70, 80.
I mean, he's the minister of economy. He is definitely more liberal than Benjamin Netanyahu is.
80% of them support October 7th.
Yeah, and then he followed up by 80% of them support October 7th. This logic, by the way, implies that everyone in fucking Israel deserves October 7th too, then, by the way, because Israel has been doing genocide. The Israeli government has been doing genocide in Gaza, and an even larger percentage of Israelis support it. So what the fuck is that? What do you mean? The only way this attitude works is if you just genuinely think like, well, Palestinians are not real people, they deserve it, and Israelis are real people and they don't deserve it. That's it. That's it.
We will do our utmost to limit civilian casualties on both sides.
But the medical aid group Doctors Without Borders said yesterday it does not accept the incident was simply a mistake, claiming it's part of a pattern of deliberate attacks.
Humanitarian workers are protected. No ifs, no buts. We do not accept the narrative of regrettable incidents.
In a phone call yesterday between President Biden and Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the president said US policy on Gaza will depend on Israel taking steps to reduce civilian harm and address the safety of aid workers. After that, Israel said it would increase aid deliveries to Gaza, including through Ashdod port and the Erez crossing, the main checkpoint in northern Gaza that Hamas attacked on October 7th, closed since the beginning of the war.
Israel's military says 2 officers have already been dismissed, and it says the findings of its investigation have been
This morning, I was able to use the information I've learned from this broadcast to make my Zionist friend reconsider his bloodthirst. Good.
passed on to military prosecutors to determine whether to open a criminal prosecution. Gail.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy that the U.S. can actually change Israel's policy. Where are the liberals? They were saying that it can't happen. The question now should be, why did it take so long and why so little? Why don't we, now that we dipped our toes in that water, maybe we should change it even further? Where's Brianna Wu? She's probably collecting dubs in her mind. She's like, oh yeah, fucking, see, I told you guys, Brandon is really trying. They should all be canceled for not predicting the future. That's not a fucking prediction. There's a difference. Okay. There's a difference between saying, oh, dude, Russia, of course, is not going to fucking invade Ukraine because it has not at that point. Okay. In a broad fucking actual full blown invasion versus like annexing fucking Crimea. Okay. Versus being like, oh yeah, Israel certainly is not going to do the thing that it's been doing and hasn't stopped doing and will continue to do because there is no accountability whatsoever. Russia's invasion of Ukraine is still an insane thing that they did. It is, on the other hand, not insane that an apartheid ethno-state is going to continue doing sieges in Gaza and fucking kill aid workers as they are saying that they're going to do that over and over again. The insane prediction that people would have been wrong about would have been to say that October 7 is going to happen. Even though that is still predictable, nobody, not including the fucking Hamas leadership, thought that it would be as deadly as it was or as successful from their own perspective. There's a difference between denying abject reality.
Militant gunmen inside this convoy. What made them think that?
Gail, it's an extremely complicated account of trucks unloading food aid at a makeshift pier, Israel's military believing that they spotted gunmen, vehicles entering and then leaving a hangar, all resulting in that critical error. The bottom line is this should never have happened.
Yes, we all agree with that. Holly Williams reporting from Israel, we thank you. And just moments ago, the World Central Kitchen released a statement that says, in part, without systemic change, there will be more military failures, more apologies, and more grieving families, adding, we demand the creation of an independent commission to investigate the killings of our colleagues. The IDF cannot credibly investigate its own failure in Gaza.
We've just received the IDF's...
So, Unc mad he got. Come on, dude. Have you covered Israel opens new lines for aid work? Funny it happens right after they killed 7 workers. Yeah, they opened the Eretz crossing. Okay. They opened the Eretz crossing now after a little bit of pressure from the Brandon administration. One, they should open all of the crossings and stop holding up aid with like ridiculous setbacks. Oh, there's one pair of scissors, medical scissors, in an entire truck. Yeah, sorry. The entire truck needs to get turned around. The amount of aid that they're refusing to let into Gaza is unimaginable. It's unconscionable. Okay? And it's not like they're doing it for some secret reason. They have openly mentioned from the start that they're doing it to starve out Hamas. Okay? They're doing it because they want to starve the entire Gazan population, because this is an ethnic cleansing campaign. I've never seen so many very obvious, broad, open, well-defined markers for an ethnic cleansing campaign be denied this aggressively, maybe because I wasn't alive during World War II, during the Holocaust. That's probably what it is.